Good afternoon. My name is Sergo, and I'm a partner of Westbridge Integrity Consulting Company. And today I would like to walk you through the managerial tool that will help you to achieve two goals. Goal one is to maximize your gross profit, and goal two to maximize your sales. As you understand, these are two different goals and they cannot be pursued simultaneously. Over some period of time, the company may need to maximize gross profit. Over other period of time, the company will need to maximize sales. That all depends on your managerial decision and strategy. Okay, let's start. Here, we click the shade maximization and get this kind of table. All you have to do is to fill in only the yellow cells. Even if there is a formula in there, you are free to change that. Well, here you can see the list of the currencies. Actually, whenever you select any currency, it will be reflected here, everywhere in here. For example, let's take Ukrainian hryvnia, and you see it's been changed. Here you put the applicable for your country, the VAT rate, and it is important to also insert the right period length. You can see period 1 and period 2, which has length, beginning and ending dates, and those durations, the lengths of these two periods should be equal. In case if you pick a date that will make your period unequal in length, it will warn you. Here, attention, the period 1 and period 2 are not equal in length. And also here it says period 1 is 28 days and period 2 is 29 days. So once you get these red warnings, just go ahead and correct the period lengths. Here you go. Now, what are these periods? These periods could be either both historic periods or both forecast periods, or this could be a historic period and this could be a forecast period, and vice versa. This could be forecast period while this is historical period. You can choose any of these four options at your desire. Next, what we do is we fill in the SKUs. You can fill here as many as 200 SKUs. We set the unit cost for each SKU here, and then we need to set for both periods the price and units sold. Suppose we choose the option 1, where period 1 and period 2 are historical. Then we say, over this historic period, we sold SKU 1 3,000 units at this price. At the same time, over another historic period, we sold the same SKU 3,300 SKUs at this price. Now, of course, these two periods should be somewhat similar in terms of intensity of your promotion period, marketing activity, and availability of these SKU in stock, etc. Those periods should be more or less similar. Once we have done that, and suppose that we have a goal of gross profit maximization, you just go ahead and fill these two important cells. As you understand, when you proceed with the goal of gross profit maximization, that will for sure affect the sales in terms of change. Will definitely change sales, and you may want to limit that change and say, for example, Yes, I want to maximize gross profit, but I don't want my sales to go down more than 5%, for example. Or, and I'm okay if my sales goes like 3 or 500% higher. Okay, you said just the limits. So this algorithm of gross profit maximization will give you an optimal price and will keep the sale change within these limits. Okay, let's try it. Let's delete this and see how these prices will get changed. Go ahead. Here we go. Here are the optimal prices that will maximize gross profit. And here, manually corrected price, you can see the column where you can put a slightly different prices just to make them a bit make them look a bit nicer. For example, 1,585 or 1,365 or 960 hryvnias, etc. I would recommend you not change this price largely. The difference should be very little, just up to 3, 5, 6 hryvnias. Well, what we're gonna do next? You probably are interested if you set these prices, what financials you'll get. I mean, what sales would be, what gross profit you will achieve, etc. For that, you just uh, click this button and this area will become filled in. Let's go. Okay, here we go. It says the SKU1, you will set this many units, you'll get the sales of this much, gross profit this much, and gross margin this much. To see the summary of all the SKUs, you should go to area, green area here, and you'll see that initially, if you sold the SKUs at these prices, you got this margin and gross profit equal 3,030,000 hryvnias. But if you apply the manually corrected prices that came up from the optimal prices, you'll get your gross margin equal to 22.9% and gross profit 3.2 million. You see big difference here, right? And I can roughly tell you that if your company has annual gross profit of, let's say, 1 million hryvnia, then by these two, you can really improve your gross profit by roughly 20%, which is a lot. Now, suppose you want to proceed with goal 2, which is sales maximization and not gross profit maximization. In this case, you have to click back to neutral button and set the limit for your gross margin value. As you can understand, sales maximization may lead to decrease in gross profit, but by putting a figure here, you are saying you are actually in maximizing your sale without your gross margin going lower than this figure. Okay, now let's see if we click this button how these prices will get changed. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Here are the new prices we have received. And now we do the same absolutely. We do prices to look a bit nicer. For example, 1,595, 1,245, and 960. Okay, let's see what financials we will get at these prices. Here we go. Here are the financials. And again, in the green area, you can see the result for the all SKUs. As you can see in the green area, initially we had sales of 15 million hryvnia, but now we have sales of 15.5 million hryvnia. As you can see, the change is huge, and this is only due to 3 SKUs. If you have more SKUs, the change could be even higher. This is a great instrument for increasing your gross profit very significantly, and I hope you really liked this short demo version, and I'll be glad to explain more if needed. Thank you for your attention.